I know that Victor Zaboff has a new favorite to win. Jake or Josh or something.
Please, if there was someone of that caliber, I'd know about him.
What is she up to?
Oh, give them a break. They're a cute couple.
What do you want?
Just a moment to talk with my son.
You're 20 years too late.
He's your father. You need him.
The competition. I'm going to win for us.
Josh, I know it's none of my business, but that London competition.
Don't remind me.
Are you purposely trying to sabotage the poor kid?
Josh, I need to tell you something.
What? Charlotte, what?
Did you know that there are people who don't want to see you in this competition?
Was that your plan all along? To distract me? I didn't want to believe it, that this girl that I...
If you want, what, Josh?
It doesn't matter. Okay, not anymore.
Maybe this time it'll be different.
People don't change.
After all of that, you say you feel all of that, but you walked away.
Do you ever regret not taking a chance?
I would just prefer you here. This is where I want to be.
And I think we're almost there. If I can figure out how to do the tech. Hi! Hi! Good morning. Happy PWB Film Day, as I'm calling it.
Good morning. Yay!
Also known as Happy Jen's Gonna Throw Up All Day. Cheers.
No, we're official day.
I hope you play that trailer again. It gives me chills.
Me too. And I just go, oh, when it comes in.
So grateful for Simil. I don't know if that's how you say his name exactly, but for letting us use that song. Because once I heard it, I thought it was so haunting and perfect. I'm getting some feedback from somebody. I don't know where it's coming from. But if you're with us, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us for 4 years. Thank you for being with us this morning. Everybody who pre-ordered this past week, you guys are awesome. We will get some kind of day one report later today, so we'll know who is telling the truth. Don't forget, if you did pre-order, that you should send your pre-order screenshot or receipt to pwbfilm@gmail.com, pwbfilm@gmail.com, because you will still have time to get entered into the raffle. And then later today, you're also going to be entered into the raffle for day one sales. So you get 2 chances to win a $100 gift card. Anybody who hasn't bought it yet, we have a bunch of places you can buy it today. And if you let us know you bought it, you will be entered in today's raffle for that $100 gift card. But with me right now, so far, we don't know who's going to show up today. I'm hoping people show up. We don't know. Everybody ate a bunch of turkey yesterday, and now they're like sleeping it off. So, of course, we have the lovely Summer Walters, our executive producer, who also plays Marjorie. We have Chris Egger, our composer and producer. And we have John L. Curtis, who plays Milo and plays my rock in everyday life. Thank you guys for being here this morning. I'm like, we're already dealing with well, for me anyway, I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety over people watching it. So I woke up this morning to a very nice text from somebody I've known for a long time, but through like the festival or like the expo circuit. So like we don't really know each other very well. And he sent me the sweetest text about he watched it and he would have never thought that we did it for so little money and, yada, yada. So at least I woke up to good things today.
It's extraordinary what you guys did with that amount of money. It is absolutely, I still can't believe it.
Well, we think about it like we're trying to do the short film for Chris, for instance. It's like a 2-day shoot at most for the short film that Chris. By the way, guys, Chris is going to direct his first thing. We're very excited about this.
Oh, go Chris!
He wrote it. He's going to direct it. But on money wise, like we did a budget for this. Like it happens just in his house over 2 days with like 2 actors, right? And the original budget was like $25,000.
Wow.
And we started our movie on $35,000. And we had a whole feature. So that tells you like money really goes fast in this town.
We called in every possible favor to do this. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like I always joke that I have no favors left in this town after this movie.
You always do with me. You've never lost your favors. You never will.
So we have a bunch of places that we're going to be today. If you are watching, and then we'll get into more fun stories about set and showing you a bunch of clips. But want to let you know that you can now rent or buy today on Apple TV, formerly known as iTunes, Amazon Prime Video, Vudu, also known as also Fandango Now, or Fandango bought Vudu. I don't know how it works. Google Play, Redbox On Demand, Microsoft Movies and TV. You can also watch it on demand through your cable or satellite company, through Comcast Xfinity, DirecTV, Cox, Charter Spectrum, Time Warner, Dish, Verizon, AT&T Universe, Frontier, and small regional providers as well. So there's no excuse to not see the movie because it's everywhere and it's so cheap to buy. I would have put it for more, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I would have made people pay way more.
Well, you don't want to know what I would have put it for because I know how special it is.
Right? And the thing is, like, it's in theaters too. And I know Chris this morning was going to drive to Riverside to go see it in the theater. He was like, "Oh wait, we have to be live again."
I'm going to do that tomorrow, though. I'm going to take a picture with the poster. You know, hopefully it's in this big blown up format.
Well, I was going to say, do you think it's out? Because I was going to, Malia Molino, where are you? I was hoping she would go to her man's house who lives in Riverside and let us know. But I also was thinking it would be fun just to go there and buy a ticket for our movie if they still print tickets and like have that. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, John, I think we might need to make a road trip to Riverside.
It's 10:35 a.m. tomorrow is the showing that I'm going to.
Wait, if we go to Google Maps and do the address of that theater, can we go look? Yeah, I think we can.
Oh, I don't know because it's not. Is there a live view of it? I don't know if there's a live view.
No.
Google Earth, we can like zoom into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Oh my God, there goes my son. He's going in to see the movie.
So again, make sure you guys are getting in your receipts to us for entering in these drawings. Some of the theaters that we'll be at. We'll be in Brooklyn, New York. We'll be in Riverside, California. We'll be in Portage, Indiana, Middletown, Delaware, Rochester Hills, Michigan, Spring Hill, Florida, Lakeville, Minnesota, West Melbourne, Florida, North Kansas City, Missouri, Fort Worth, Texas. So if you're in any of those cities, just go to Fandango or Flickster or somewhere like that and just put in our movie and it should come up with what theaters by you are showing it. It's pretty cool. I know Chris is very excited to be able to say he's in theaters.
I remind myself to breathe. I'm like, you're rolling that off and I'm like, okay, you're not breathing, Summer, breathe. Okay.
Well, I mean, I had never seen it on, I don't think I've seen the whole thing on a big screen in like its current form.
Neither of us
got the sound redone. Once it was, we had a final cut. I mean, we saw all these cuts like 2 years ago when we were reviewing.
But even that was on like Canon's screen, which is a good screen, a good sound system. But like, when Chris and I we went to go do the test for the premiere Sunday, and when it started, it was like, whoa, like it just felt so big, and it's kind of scary to think that like everybody's going to hear every little thing
and see every
little thing.
It's so big.
See, the actors went right to the C part, didn't we, John?
But let's face it, this is like, this is the kind of movie that's meant for the big screen. I mean, it's meant for a theater with surround sound.
And that sound.
Yeah.
And that sound.
It's less about the story and more because the story is it's a great sort of stream it at home story, but to really hear it and know what Chris put together, like you got to be in the theater with that 5.1 sound mix.
Yeah, to get the real sort of concert vibe, because I mean, some people who are watching this might not know that almost all the music was done live on set. I mean, I feel like I say this to somebody every day, but there's probably someone who still doesn't know that. So yeah.
Did you guys know we did our music live on set?
Yeah.
Proud point. I have watched so many movies where they're playing, or in one movie, the girl actually did this every time she played. When she came to the end,
oh my God.
She's playing and she goes.
On top of pulling off what you guys did with the budget, like doing it live too, it just all of these things coming together for this film, it makes it for something really special.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hope when people watch it, like people don't know what we go through. Like people have regular audience members, even people in the film industry who are even more jaded. They have no idea what it takes to put a movie together. And like, so like you can easily hone in on like, I didn't like this shot, or I didn't like this acting or whatever. But like, yo, it takes a lot of work
Yeah.
to put a movie together. And when you don't have the time and the resources to even then, like I can't stand when, especially filmmakers, I cannot stand when people publicly put something bad about a movie. I don't care if it's like a Marvel movie or whatever. Like there's so many people who've put their time and energy and love into making that movie. And like you're sitting there crapping on it. What have you done today?
Wardrobe to whatever. Leave it alone.
Yep. So I don't know. I hope if anybody watches this and they like us, they'll please go review us with some good things. Go rate us high on IMDb because we've had some trolls already start. They were rating us before it even came out.
Yeah. To let people know, before the movie came out, it was getting like bad reviews. How does that even?
Well, the thing is, if you're getting bad reviews, you're getting a review. That means somebody knows you're there, and that's just someone else there who has a brain to watch it and say, "Oh." Okay.
And I don't think we have any reviews up yet at all. Well, there's just like one external review that's positive, but just a couple of people went in and like clicked the low number.
Yeah, the low.
Yeah. So if you like it, click a high number.
They haven't seen it. That's just proof that they haven't seen it. You're going to mark it low, but you're not going to tell us why.
Maybe they're just dumb and they're like, "Oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to give it 1 star."
Well, that happens with Amazon.
Number one, they were number one.
Yeah, number one, 1 star.
That
was like the reception wasn't good. Like my internet connection kind of went out, so I'm gonna give it a bad rating because and the responsibility of the filmmaker. Yeah.
Well, I got that once from a on one of my very first feature ever. Someone who was mad that the DVD had previews beforehand literally wrote a bad review because they had a previews, and I'm like, I have no control over what the distributor puts on a DVD that you've bought. Like, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, some people just need to feel that they have power, and that's their power. I'm not doing this; you are, so I can't like it. But I hope for those people who feel that way that you give things like this and other things a chance.
Yes,
and maybe you grow in it.
For those people that do that, watch this movie, and you'll come out feeling better.
Exactly.
But no matter how you feel about it, thank you for watching.
Right now, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we have one of our lovely producers, David Shednoff, has showed up.
Hello, David.
And he had to deal with all the sound on set. So all the live music. In case you guys didn't know, we recorded all the music live on set. Not sure if you knew that yet.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, he might not know that.
Dave had to deal with miking all the instruments and beyond and the dialogue and dealing with things like I need them to be talking while they're playing piano because you see the piano keys moving. So like all this stuff he had to deal with. What was the hardest part about that, Dave?
Not thinking about Star Wars, I think was the biggest thing because which Star Wars was it? Like right in the middle of production, one of this new Star Wars movies came out. So
I think it was Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
It was. Ben made sure that everybody had the day off so they could go and watch it. She did. That's the one day that everyone got so they could go and watch the movie. Look at our schedule. Star Wars Day, no one's working in any shape or form. Go to the theater.
That's high priority right there.
Look at her.
Yeah, first production I've ever been on that has given a day off to watch Star Wars, which is
it's like a religion. Yeah.
Let's face it.
Come on.
Well, also when it comes to something like Star Wars, if you don't see it day one, the internet's going to spoil it for you.
That's true. That's true.
So you got to get there.
But for playing with Beethoven, I think the hardest part about working with musicians playing live, it's its own set of challenges. When you're, when you do it for, if you're doing a live show, it's one and done, and that's it's gone. You're there with the audience, and it's done. And on the other side, when you're doing a movie, you can do take after take after take. But when you combine the two, it's like you have to get the good take from the acting side, and you have to ensure that the playing is solid as well. And it's almost like a stage performance, like going to a Broadway show where you have to nail it. And those little imperfections, sometimes you can live with them, sometimes you can't. But from a recording standpoint, you have to make sure that everything's at least captured properly so that you have a shot. You give the editors a shot at capturing all those special things and getting it out to the audience on the screen. So I think that the ensembles, I think, were the biggest part of that, where we had multiple instruments happening. Where we had, I think at one point we had, I think it was 14 or 16 channels of recorded audio before dialogue. With the
I'm so sorry.
one of the jazz ensembles, which was really cool to experience it live. But we have multiple mixers going, all these microphones set up, and that's the thing. If you're playing and performing in a band and you have your mic set up, the audience doesn't care if they see a drum set with all these mics flying around, overhead mics, everywhere. But when you're in a film and it's just supposed to be happening in this world, it's completely unnatural to have these microphones just sitting around everywhere, allowing us to hear it. So it was tricky trying to hide microphones behind stands or behind people, while trying to capture all the sound properly. So it's one of the bigger challenges.
I love that Catherine, our writer, Catherine Shesky, has jumped in right at this moment, because there's a deleted scene that I'm going to show right now, because I wanted to show it's something that didn't make the movie, because we had to cut a lot of stuff for time. But this is one of Dave's challenges, and you guys can unmute yourself if you want to talk. It's just I heard some stuff, so I was muting while Dave was talking. But like the toy band had so many elements to it. This isn't even the full toy band that you see in the movie. This is just the opening toy band deleted scene. But I wanted to show it with Catherine on because, well, she wrote this in, and then we didn't get to put it in the movie. So here it is. Naomi's so cute. It's a bummer too, because with so Dave's talking about miking all. You have to mic all those instruments, but we can't see them. And then when you see the scene in the movie with the toy band, it's even bigger. So he had to mic even more. We had to bring him in an assistant that day to help mic everything. But what's a bummer about not getting to include this particular one is because you actually get to see Charlotte playing on the keys. You actually see she's playing over the toy piano. And in the second one, we ran out of time, so we couldn't get the coverage of the keys, which was such a bummer. And
you might recognize the place where that was filmed from the background behind Summer.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's cute. But Catherine, hi, welcome. If you unmute me, you have to unmute yourself. Yep. I'll just do some music in the meantime. Hey.
Hi.
I don't know who of these people you've met at this point. We've only done lives. Catherine lives on the East Coast, the faraway land.
Yeah, Philadelphia. I think I met everybody. I don't think I met John though, but hi. And David. Hi, David.
It's weird. Is someone typing? Chris, are you typing?
All right, I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, do that when you type.
I was just sharing this.
Which is great. Share away. But yeah, so Catherine, for those of you who don't know, she wrote this script probably 4 years before we actually made it, which was 4 years ago. Found me on Twitter, and then her and I just worked together for a while trying to develop it. We have table reads from across the country. I'm pretty sure we had one table read where we put you on Zoom so you could watch it.
Yes.
And we were all in Lauren Nadler's studio with her actors, like reading it.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
exciting. That was the first time that it seemed like, oh wow, this might really happen. That was
I know. And I had so many meetings set up for funding to try to get it made. It just took so many years. And then finally we just, when Claire, Catherine's friend Claire came along and gave us some money to get it going. We were like, let's just make it on this. I know it's crazy, but let's do it. And I mean, that's kind of where we landed. But that's also why it took us 4 years to finish it.
Claire and I saw it in at the film festival in Scranton, like at the
Oh,
beginning of the year. And I have to tell you, especially Chris, I don't know if you know, but in the middle scene, like my favorite big scene, I won't give anything away, but the dueling piano scene, the director of the film festival came up to me where I was sitting in the middle of the movie and just said, "I'm loving this. This is wonderful."
aw.
And it was just it was so nice that she felt moved to get out of her seat and come over and tell me that in the middle of the movie.
Oh,
So
that's good. I feel like film festival people are more open-minded to what we bring them as indie filmmakers.
That gave me chills, Catherine. I mean, literal chills. Oh,
yeah.
So, Catherine, Summer has not seen it yet. I could have given her previews, but she's still sticking to like, we're going to see on the big screen, which I love. Are you going to cheat Summer and watch it before Sunday?
No.
No. My family will be there. I have a twin sister, and she's going to be there. So we're all going to see it together. I wanted to see it on the big screen, and Catherine, this was an ode to my parents, who were both opera singers. And when my father passed away, my mother passed away long before, and when my father passed away, I needed something to honor them, and Jen brought this to me. So I will be living through this movie for them. So I already have my Kleenex packed, but anyway, this
My worry is that Summer's gonna see it, and we're gonna get to her acting moments, and she's gonna do the thing that actors do and start judging herself, and then the rest of the movie be worried about her coming. Like it's like, I don't know. Like, I hope not. I hope you can enjoy it, but
yeah, I'll be looking at the music. Listen,
maybe I should send you your clips so you can watch
no,
those.
I already know.
I think it's great, and we actually had to cut Summer. This is how actors, you can never be upset about being cut from movies, because Summer's an executive producer, and I still had to cut her role down. It's just like, for time's sake, you have to cut, trim.
And I told her if she had to cut anything, cut me down. I did tell her that.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut her out though. I refused to cut her out. I wanted her.
It's not about me. It's about the story, and I'm not a pivotal point in the story, so it would not have mattered. I want our movie to be the best that it can be, and if that means cutting me out, I'm okay with that. You
have an important thing that you say to Josh, though, which people will see when it's time. I want to share something. Now, I want to tell you, Sandy Fasano has been one of our biggest supporters, biggest cheerleaders along the way. We've never actually really, like, I think she's a friend through the film, like through the, we filmed a lot in Claremont because we got some good locations out there that were very affordable or free favors. And Sandy comes from those Claremont folks. So we don't really know these people as well as we'd like to, but we're so grateful to them. And she's coming to their premiere, which I'm very excited about. But this is the sweetest thing. I'm going to just frame this, Sandy, and I'm going to just, every time someone says something mean about the film, I'm going to look at your comment. Because Sandy just wrote, "Hi, everyone. I watched the film on Apple TV. It's the best film I've ever seen." I'm just going to take that to the bank. I'm going to cry happy tears into that comment all day.
I have to sit here and not cry. Thanks a lot, Jen.
I also love her second comment, if you want to throw that up, because it's also true.
Sandy says, "Inspiring for everyone to live their best life."
Oh
my God.
Oh, she's going to be there. I'm going to give her a big hug. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I know. COVID be damned, Sandy. You're getting hugs. I'm actually going to screenshot those right now because I love that. Matter of fact, I'm going to screenshot it with all of our faces. So everybody look at the camera. Because I want to keep that. That's going to go up on the website, because I'm going to need that through all the trolls who post very mean things.
Oh,
I can't. Catherine, I don't know if you missed this morning. We talked about, we already have trolls who are already rating us low before the movie came out. It's like, I'm glad you hated our movie that you haven't seen. I think there's going to be a lot of things we're going to deal with this movie. We're going to deal with a lot of racism. Those are people who aren't going to like our movie. We're going to deal with people who probably are super classical music snobs, maybe, and don't like that we're playing with the classical in a different way. You know, you're gonna have people.
Kyle should tell them playing with Beethoven. Hello, send them to me. Okay, I grew up in a house with 2 parents who sang opera. I hear music all the time. Don't play with me.
Okay, oh man, I love it.
Well, you know, that means it's getting some attention, and yeah, and
okay, so I have a lot of deleted clips or behind the scenes stuff. So I want to throw some stuff out here. First of all, the toy band that you just saw that I told you in the movie is bigger, which if you've already seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. This is behind the scenes. This is just one rehearsal behind the scenes. And the reason I want to show it is because we didn't have rehearsal spaces. We crowded in at the time, John's tiny apartment with all these people. And this is Chris conducting the toy band in a rehearsal. I just think it's so.
Oh my God.
Chris is so cute. Chris is my favorite thing, you guys. When we're doing music with Chris, I don't like if we're behind, like say Chris and I are sitting at the monitor and like there's something, you know, and the music's going on. He's just so happy and he's always like moving to the music and giddy, and it makes me so happy. Like I'll break out the rock opera. I swear I have so many videos of him just totally like rocking out behind the monitor. And he's always wearing his leather jacket, so he looks really cool.
Yeah, we need our matching premiere outfit like we did with the breakout, at least at one of these screenings.
Even when it's hot, you got that leather jacket on. I don't get it, but you look good.
I was hoping we would see Alex or Corey this morning, but we may not. But this is a rehearsal. So we had a lot of volunteers come out and help us. And this is in the movie, you'll see there's 2 dueling pianists who play before Josh and Charlotte, and that's Alex and Corey, and they met with Chris and they learned a song and worked together. And there's a little taste from behind the scenes. I'm always like watching these, like, because I will just sit there and keep watching. I'm like, oh, it's over. Okay. Corey is sick on the keys. Like,
yeah, he is.
Chris, do you have any stories about, like, because you have to meet with him more? I just remember Corey just being like, he could improv like no one's business.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's played with everybody. Yeah, he's an amazing keyboardist. Actually, I met him because I actually recorded a country song with a session singer at his studio, which was basically his apartment near Culver City at the time. And then, yeah, I think I happened to hear him play keyboards then, and I realized, whoa, you know, hopefully I can work with him in something. And eventually I did.
Yeah, I think when we brought this up, it was like the first name that came to mind for you. It's just awesome. Yeah. I believe Corey's gonna be at the premiere. I hope so, because he's fun and he's such a fun personality. I think Alex and his family will be at the premiere. And I was telling Chris, I was like, oh no, the Niles family's coming. I hope they're like, you know, you always worry about parents of actors. Like, are they gonna be upset that their actor was cut down? But he's in the movie and he's freaking awesome and he plays piano. So hopefully they love it. Like, Alex is a real sweetheart. We were glad that we had them.
He was like 15 at the time. He was a real like piano prodigy.
Oh my gosh. He's a full adult now, huh?
Yeah. Right. It's been like a decade or whatever.
That's kind of the thing with Naomi. When we met with we were talking to Naomi recently and we were like,
who's Naomi?
Naomi is our Charlotte. Thank you, John. She's our lead. And when we work with her, she was like 19 or something. And she was just whimsical and just, you know, she was Charlotte. And we're talking to her and she's all put together and her hair's all perfectly in place. And she's all talking like sort of proper. And I'm like, what happened to our Naomi? She's all grown up. It's literally like we watch these, I can't believe it's been so long, man. This is crazy. I wanted to see if I have another scene. I think I have a scene that no one else has seen. Oh, yes. We have a deleted piano room scene. We saw one the other day. This one is another one we had to delete. It's one of my favorites because we literally just set the camera up and you watch Josh play and you know we're not faking this. This is him playing. But again, it could just pop out for time, so we had to lose it. But Here it is. I just love it. I love Eric too. I just love Eric. I'm so happy that he and Naomi are going to be joining us Sunday, so we get to finally all celebrate together. It's like the movie or not. It's awesome.
Naomi
And Kat,
flying out from Bosnia Herzegovina.
like she did for our callbacks and our auditions before we
just
knew.
for an audition.
We were like, stop doing that. We'll do it over the video. I see.
Was that
Brandon
clip from
driving.
day?
Do what?
Was that clip from day one of filming?
I don't remember the shoot orders, but possibly.
I feel like that was the first thing I mic'd. The first instrument I mic'd was that upright piano in that tiny rehearsal room.
Makes sense.
I feel like that was the first musical instrument that I had to mic the first time I met Eric.
I remember we had a whole issue with pianos and being tuned, and with like the rehearsal rooms, we were like, we're not paying for those to be tuned, or it's a rehearsal room. But like we had to keep paying people to come out and tune pianos everywhere we went. It's a whole nother extra expense. I wanted to bring up Catherine too on that clip. Did you notice all the trash and the garbage on the piano? That's Catherine's design. Like that was not a director choice. I loved it. It was in the script already though. Like I wanted to give her credit for creating this world. And I think you said this is based on just how your son really was when he was playing. Is that what it was, Catherine?
Well, it's kind of from I guess it's based on just going to music school and spending so much of my life in practice rooms, and you pretty much move in there. I mean, you have everything you need for the day, when you're in there for hours and hours. So, yeah. But that's the first thing I noticed when you showed that clip. Oh, everything's on the piano and all around.
I love it. I love that there's so much written into the script that I didn't have to even think about. Like, because I'm not a musician. I always say, like I direct musical films because that's how I that's how I get to live vicariously. Like I am a musician. I'm not, so I wouldn't have known like, oh, all that stuff would have been in there. I love it. I love it. We have new people joining us. Thank you all for joining us. If you want to let us know you're here in the comments, just say, hello, let us know what you're doing. I'm going to let, for 1 second, John, don't leave us. But I'm gonna swap you out with Brandon for a second because he's driving. He's not gonna be with us long. Okay. So adding Brandon to stream. Hello, Brandon is one of our producers. He really, Chris was the first person I think I approached about this. Brandon was the second. Brandon and I had done I had produced a short and I had brought him on to. What did you do? Like you were like. What were you doing on that short for 716?
Well, originally I got brought on as a second AD, and then came in and helped develop like a whole art department for Andrew and build the spaceship. And
what's funny is like Brandon didn't have like a lot of I'm hearing clicking or typing. Is that from Brandon's car, you think, or is someone typing? It might be the static from your car, B. But like Brandon didn't have a lot of experience at all in the film world. He had a really strong business background, and so I'm just gonna mute and see that we lost him. I'm sure he'll be back. Well, anyway, Brandon had a strong business background, but no film background really at all. And so when I said you want to produce this feature with me, it was literally his first feature and maybe like his second film or something. And so he was just crazy enough to say yes, which I love. I don't know if we're going to get him because he's driving and he's getting bad signal. While we wait for him, let's see what else I have in the background hiding here.
Oh, he's back in the waiting room. I'll let him in.
Okay. B, I think you might have really bad signal, so we might keep losing you.
That's so annoying. I'm sorry,
guys. He's busy working on producing more stuff now. Well, I was just telling him I was like your first feature and really one of your first films, and that's what I think made you crazy enough to take it on.
Yeah, definitely.
What's anything you remember about Beethoven, like sort of filming on set? Is there any stories that pop to mind that you're like, that was a good day?
Well, nothing like felt more like wow, we're making something special than like when we had that the theater day when we shot at the theater and got the crane in and did all that. I thought that felt like we all looked at each other. I felt that day and we're like, wow, this is going to be really cool. Like, I feel like this is like, we're doing it right. So like that day, like bringing in the gospel choir, the beautiful shots that we had. I don't know. I really liked that day. I thought that was a really, really, really good day for us.
Well, hey, he brought up the gospel choir. Guess what I have? I have a clip.
If you live in a place of fear and pain, be forgiven, be forgiven. Wash away that sin stain. Among the righteous, you can come and take place when you call out for His grace. Call out for His grace. Call out for His grace.
Clint Howard is so adorable in those clips. I freaking love him. I love Clint Howard in this movie. I don't care how you've seen him before. Like, I just want to squeeze his cheeks and hug him and tell him thank you. He was so perfect in that role.
Yeah,
and some amazing singers in that as well. Who many of whom were
yes.
mostly musical theater people, and they came in to be our choir. And with David Anthony, who's also a big musical theater guy. So they all had a lot of experience working in this kind of setting.
And that's another place where we had a cut. Like, so the song is actually longer. I don't know if we have a full clip, which I hope we do. Unfortunately, our drive got shot by an electrical outage, so we don't have a lot of the full movie stuff anymore. But the song is actually longer, and all the singers in it are amazing. And I wish I could share that with the world because we had to cut it down for time. There's a lot of talks, Chris, you and I had, I think, where we were like, okay, I guess this song could be shorter, even though we don't want to. A lot of those talks had to happen. And
it is on the official soundtrack, by the way.
Do what? Oh,
it
the
is
full
on
cut?
It's on the original motion picture soundtrack.
Love it,
which is going to be available soon.
We'll have to make sure our singers get a copy of that for sure. There was something else I was going to think about that clip. It's gone. Oh, I was going to ask Kathy something. I was going to ask you, Catherine, when you pictured the character that Clint Howard plays, I'm assuming it wasn't exactly what he brought to the film, but I would just love to hear your thoughts.
No, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's funny that when I wrote that, it was set in Philadelphia, of course, and it was going to be like, I had specific buildings in mind. And that building was the former Metropolitan Opera House in Philadelphia, which was a huge old opera house from like the early 1900s, which fell into disrepair. And then it became like there were jazz musicians that played there. It used to be like regular operas and orchestras. And then it fell into more disrepair. And then a church took it over, like a gospel singing choir church. And they rented out a small portion of it. Well, since we made the movie, it's all been renovated. It's now this beautiful venue. And now there's big acts that come in there. And, it's like, I think Steely Dan was just there a couple of weeks ago. But it's all totally renovated. But at the time that I wrote the script, it was exactly the way you did it. It was run down and it was just, just like that.
It's such a bummer because of time, we never got to flip and see the other side, on the other side of the stage, because we had it dressed so that the first time it was just a complete chaos with tarps and everything everywhere. And then the second time it was beautiful. But as an indie filmmaking goes, you choose between your jib shots this way and getting the shots the other way. And I chose giant jib shots. But I watch it later and I go, oh, we really just needed one shot from behind them to see this theater. And it was that theater, Brandon? Was that theater in Claremont too? I feel like it was. Did we lose Brandon again? I feel like he's freezing. Well, he's out. Milo's back in.
But I do remember you talking about it. It wasn't Claremont. Yes.
It was. We did so much out there. That city was so welcoming. And I remember it felt like a really long drive for all of us who didn't live there. But I was okay with it because they have a Sonic. So I was able to get like Sonic crappy food and drinks every day.
Marina Del Rey, hello.
Yeah, summer definitely had the longest drive. Luckily, you didn't have to go every day. We were going there a lot. We were going there like literally almost every day for the school shoots, and then for the dueling piano, and then for that theater. And both of our theaters are in Claremont. Like it in the school. Chris? What was the name of the school who helped us out again?
I remember it was in San Gabriel.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact name, and I don't want to say the wrong name. We should definitely shout them out because their students were amazing. Most of their students made up our kid jazz band, along with some of the kids from OLA, Heart of Los Angeles, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're donating parts of our proceeds from our money, if we have any, to the Heart of Los Angeles organization, because we really believe that the message of our movie, part of it is that we really want kids or younger people to care more about art and music and those programs. And Heart of Los Angeles helps underprivileged kids get exposed to this. They teach them things like, cello and violin and all those wonderful instruments.
Well, that was one of the things that solidified my being happy that I was a part of this, that you were doing that, because I am bop music. And also, as far as the theater, the last day made up for the long drive for me. Like I told you, when Eric made sure that I got home, and he cared enough to say, please call me or text me to let me know you got home. And looking at that little face and him saying that, oh my God, he grabbed my heart and he can have whatever he wants from me. I'm sorry. That's it.
I know. I was hoping he would join us this morning. I think he was going to. I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to join us this morning, and then they've literally they're on like turkey comas now.
Yeah, I almost was.
I don't do Thanksgiving, so I'm like, let's go. Drinking my water. What did I have yesterday? I had a salad. I'm ready. What else do I have in this pile of things that we haven't seen yet? Do I have anything that we haven't seen yet? Here's one clip from the movie that actually is in the movie, but I was very happy that we were able to get Kadeem Hardison to join us. I grew up watching A Different World, was in love with him as a teen, but I could not stop seeing him as the dad of Josh. And I'm so glad we cast him because I feel like he did such a wonderful job. Here's a scene from the movie.
What do you want? Just a moment to talk with my son?
You're 20 years too late.
I know, but I'm back for good, I swear. I'm here for good.
I can't deal with this right now.
Josh! Josh, stop! Thank you. Thank you. Your mom tells me about the competition. She says every pianist who's won goes on to have lucrative careers. That's exciting. I'm proud of you. Hey, it would mean a lot to me if you'd come by. It's no big London competition, but it's a start for me to be here for good.
You would name an entire gallery after yourself.
Here's a shoulder check for your trouble.
I really wish that we would have had more time. I would have loved to have written another scene in for Kadeem at the end, because even looking at them, I'm like, they just feel like father and son. It's so nice.
Oh, yeah, and having them come to the performance, yeah.
Yeah.
Some nice flares in there too, I saw.
You know me, anytime I get a flare in, I get a flare in. I know John has to take off. He's going to get on a plane to get back to us in time for the premiere. But before you go, John, why don't we show one of your, really quick before we show that. Leslie Phillips, thanks for jumping on. She says, hi, everyone. And this is Kathy. We're so excited to be able to watch the film this weekend. All the family in Wyoming Valley are so proud of you and your accomplishments. Aww. I feel like, Catherine, your people have been so supportive of you. It's just been so sweet to watch. I love it. John, before you go, this is one of my favorite scenes of John and Shannon, just because I think it's a little ridiculous in the beginning and makes me happy.
Are you out here fake smoking again?
fun show, huh?
Look, maybe we should go easier on her. She is only 21.
Old enough to know what she's doing. Well, you see it, right? She's doing the same thing to that kid.
You know what? Maybe this time it'll be different.
People don't change.
Are you forgetting that maybe if things hadn't happened that way, we wouldn't have happened?
Another drink. Got a sitter.
Certainly that's cause for celebration.
So cute.
So
But
fun.
if you ever marry another woman, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, this is just for the movie.
From now on,
Acting.
all of your acting gigs, you are gonna either have to be gay or single.
A monk. Yeah.
I like that. You're only gonna
Yeah.
play monks. I like that, Chris. Thank you for joining us this morning. We
Safe
will
travels, John.
It was a
see you
pleasure. I'm so
soon.
excited for the premiere, and I will see you all later. Thank you.
I love. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
See you, John.
On the topic of the premiere, for those of you going, this looks like a fake background because it's the only place I could put the step and repeat because my garage is big enough for it. This is a step and repeat behind me. So this is the colors. So my point is, don't clash with the background with whatever you wear. I don't know what Summer's saying, but she's.
I said, geez, thanks for telling me. Now I got to go back to my closet.
Well, aren't you welcome? Could you imagine showing up with and being like, I don't even know what, red or something?
The pink dress, like a Legally Blonde style dress. Yeah.
Yes, you gotta have a little bit of pink somewhere to match. I wish we could have had a pink carpet. It would have been great. Yeah, it's just funny to me that it looks like a fake background, but it's actually the step and repeat. I'm so sad that Catherine, you can't join us. It's been lovely to have you with us. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. I would love to hear, Chris, do you have any fun memories, something that just whatever comes to your head first from filming or rehearsing?
I just can't believe that all of this got done. We were doing. I at almost every step of the way I was thinking, okay, can this actually be done? I mean, we had something like 8 groups of people that we had to rehearse and get prepped for being on set, and the thought that was all actually going to come together was pretty daunting to me, and the schedule that we were going to do it on. But yeah, we did it.
Ellen, thank you for watching and for supporting. She says she's looking forward to watching the premiere. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that Chris had a mini heart attack the day I called him and said, I want to do all the music live because there was a pause. I remember the phone call so specifically because I don't ever make phone calls. I always just text. And I remember just being a pause.
Like, this is a sensitive issue. We're going to have to do it every. Yeah.
And I was like, Chris, I'm not excited if we don't do it this way. We had to figure it out. And you did. And you did. And I think it makes it so much better. It's just so much better to watch, to know, even if that's why, even if there's flaws in the music or even in the recording at some point or anything, I'm okay with it because it's real. You're not watching some phoned in performance. Summer, besides the lovely Eric story, is there something from set that you remember, just makes you smile?
The 2 days that we did the toy band at our house was sublime. Not only did it feel like when I was growing up and music was always in our home, it was now in my home, our home. And the camaraderie of the people who were in front of the camera and behind the camera, it all felt like family. And a couple times I found myself almost weepy. It was wonderful. That's why I said the love and passion from everyone who did this project will come through to the people in the audience. I know it will. It has to.
Well, that scene in particular, too, we had a lot of people we just threw in, Casey Ellings, who was one of our associate producers and our AD. We had her playing maracas all of a sudden. We put Brandon on a little drum, people who weren't necessarily even musicians. We were asking them to do different toys to include. But I feel like no matter how many takes we did, everybody was just in it and having a blast. I remember our makeup artist and one of my best friends, Melina, was sitting. She couldn't even see the scene. She was sitting, at the top level where Summer is now, actually, kind of where the couch is, and just hanging out. And she just was giddy from hearing it. And I was like, "That's cool." And she kept saying, "That's my favorite scene. That's my favorite scene." She wasn't even watching it. So I love hearing that. And the toy ban, I'm sure Chris was hard. It was hard for Chris. I tried to push more toys, and he just. You remember that conversation, Chris? You're like, I need some real instruments.
Yeah, I had a whole basket of toy animals, instruments waiting for you when you got here, and I was like, where did I find those?
Yeah, we ended up with plenty of toys. They just weren't in the actual audio that we hear. So that was a fine compromise for me.
It's so funny because Chris is such a perfectionist that he just was like, "No, I need some real instruments." I'm sure, Kathy, when you wrote it, you thought all toys, right?
Actually, I was thinking of like I was thinking of toys and like those miniature, like the little, like little accordions, and especially the toy piano. That was the main inspiration. I'm so happy you found one.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah, the toy piano became sort of a centerpiece, as you can tell even by our poster. It's the centerpiece of the poster. I kept that piano for like probably 3.5 years. It was in our living room. And I was just like, this is just getting dust. We're not going to use it for anything. Actually gifted it to a family on a Give Nothing group for their daughter who was like 3. And they sent me pictures immediately. She was just in love. So the piano went on to live a whole new life for hopefully inspired another musician. So I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Dave, what's one of your fondest memories from set?
Star Wars Day Off. Yeah.
Until we watched it, and then.
Yeah. I'm going to echo Summer and just kind of reiterate that when you get onto these indie productions, the one thing that really makes it go is being with people that you respect and that you gel with. On a professional level and also on a personal level. So, I think when we're talking about behind the camera, making sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing when they were doing it, I think it was, it's always a pleasure to walk onto a set that's organized and that, we have our stuff together and we can get the shots that we need to just try and get the pages in for the day. And then in front of the camera, just even the first time actors, that we had, having them be prepared and kind of know their characters and know their lines, or at least know the scenes that they were going to play in. It just makes it a joy to be on set every day when everybody's at that level of at least coming to set and being prepared to gel, and then just watching it gel and then getting to play once it's all gelled together. I think that's a lot of fun for me, especially on this one.
We had so many people offer us free things too, like Rainey Kerwin, who gave us her house for a whole, set up outside in her yard all night, even though we were all freezing. She sat outside with us the whole time. And then the school, all the practice room stuff, the theater, all donated to us, like just things we would have never been able to pull off had we not had people come to try to help us out, which is that's what I think it says about this movie. What you guys are saying is like there's a passion behind especially a music movie like this, where it's something where people, especially the students from that school who have learned classical music and they've been playing it in school and they probably do concerts for their family. It was so great to give them something where they're now on screen forever and their parents can have that forever. And wait till you see the kid jazz band. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and they were playing that like clockwork, from the moment I got them into the studio. They had all rehearsed, as rigorously as they would have rehearsed for a recital or something like that at their school. I was expecting that we would need something like 8 rehearsals with that ensemble, and really we just needed 2. We may not have needed any at all because they were so well prepared.
I love it. It's so
I have to give a shout out to my husband, Andy Ross. This man has been there from day one, and he's helped out in any way we can. When we filmed here the second morning, I came downstairs to set up everything where the actors stayed when they weren't on film, and then we had upstairs. I came downstairs. Andy had everything set up. He had the chairs and the table for Brandon downstairs. He had the food out already. This man has been there every step of the way, and I would be remiss if I didn't give him a shout out.
He's been literally marketing our movie for us to all of his people, like just doing things above and beyond. I'm very grateful to him and to everybody who's been supporting us like that. Sandy says, everyone just gave their best, so talented. And that this film is relaxing. It's a break from everyday life, good escape. I love that. I love that you felt that way. I hope that people who watch it feel that way and just kind of enjoy the moment and not sort of, I don't know. We filmmakers tend to watch things and we can't help but dissect it. Don't dissect this movie. Just go on the ride. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the leads and their adorableness. Good stuff. Catherine, I would love to ask if there's any one memory for you. You didn't get to be on set with us, but you've been about 8 years we've been together now. We talked about the time you did the table read. I don't know if there's any other thing that comes to mind that you were like,
well,
brings a good memory.
I think the main thing that I still can't believe is that, you know, a lot of times when you write a script, you submit it and you query and you go through all of that. And I never did that with this. I was just like, I wrote it, it was done as it was. And I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw someone retweet your tweet. And to me, it's like, how does that ever happen? You know, your tweet was, I remember it was, I'm looking for my next indie darling script. You know, does anybody have any suggestions? And I thought, I have an indie darling. So I sent it to you. And like, when does that ever happen? The first person you send a script to, like nobody ever
even
saw
the
it
fact that
before
you saw it out of, you know, however many tweets are clogging, like it's like the timing of everything was definitely meant to be. Thank goodness.
Thank you.
And like I said, I feel like this is only the first project that we'll do. I feel like there's more in the future because you have a charm about what you write that fits the kind of movies I love to do, plus the music element. So I'm sure there's more to come. I'm trying to see if I have any other things that are deleted that we haven't seen. I think that we've gotten through everything that was deleted. So why don't we just end with one of our favorite scenes, part of our favorite scene, because we cut you off because you have to watch this movie to get it all. But we all love this one. So here you go. Oh, but there's so much more. You should probably buy the movie. You know where you can buy it? Everywhere. iTunes, Amazon Prime Video. Look at this. Look, I'm going to show it. Amazon Prime Video. There we are. You can buy us today. Vudu. Look, you could buy us there today. Of course, Apple, as you know, we've all been buying that all week. Thank you so much. This is a very cute. This was sent to me from our Dave Hoffman. He did. Was how he showed me that he did his pre-order. How cute is that? I love it. You can buy it on iTunes, Amazon Prime Video, Vudu, Fandango Now, Google Play, Redbox On Demand, Microsoft Movies and TV, almost every cable satellite provider, Comcast, DirecTV, Cox, Charter, Spectrum, Dish, Verizon, AT&T, Universe, Frontier. They're all there. And it's including these theater cities: Brooklyn, New York, Riverside, California, Portage, Indiana, Middletown, Delaware, Rochester Hills, Michigan, Spring Hill, Florida, Lakeville, Minnesota, West Melbourne, Florida, North Kansas City, Missouri, Fort Worth, Texas, and on Sunday in Los Angeles, California. If you don't have tickets to the premiere and you really want to go, hit me up. We have seats. It's totally fine. We'll get you in. And I will get all of this up on our website in the next hour. I know it's not up yet, but it's going to be there. So you can easily just go to our website on the buy now and you'll be able to click any link you want. But that's a lot. Thank you to everybody who's been with us for the 4+ years. Thank you to my team, especially those of you on the call who have really kept us moving, made it happen. Would not have been possible without the people on this call. Literally every single one of you had a part to play to make this movie real. So thank you. And I guess with that, I don't know, we could just say goodbye. And we play some music. Have Josh play us out. and we will see you guys around, I guess.